Hi guys! Yeah, it's been a while. Sorry, but I've just been busy. I've been learning how to ride the Ypres, which has been taking up a bit of my time, and I've not really been filming because I just want to have sessions just learning it really. So anyway, I've been away, and while I was away, a few of the guys contacted me regarding learning to wingfoil. So learning to wingfoil in 2024. There's loads of options out there in 2024 compared to when I started. So when I started, you had to buy bits and pieces, and it was a bit hard to decide what to get, and there wasn't much information on the internet. So I've been riding for about 5 years, and I started out on this board here, which used to be James's, and I bought that off him, and I got a wing, and away I went with a gong foil setup, and I just had to buy a bigger front wing. So yeah, the advantages over a hard board to an inflatable board. Well, the hard board will go up a little bit easier because it'll plane a little bit better, but on the flip side of that, obviously an inflatable board is going to be a lot softer on your knees and a lot easier if you fall on it, and you're less likely to break the rails. If you fall on these rails, you'll probably put your elbow through it. That's any brand, you know. First piece of advice is look at what other people are riding in your area and buy something that they're already using, because then you've got a chance of getting second-hand front wings and other parts of assembly as well as you need it and as you progress as well. Well, you've got some great options now. If you look on a lot of the shop sites, King of Watersports in the UK, and there's many other ones as well, they've got some great deals on, and they're a really good buy, to be quite honest. You can get a full setup for not as much money as what we had to pay back 5 years ago when I started. So what should you get? Yes, it's a bit of a minefield, so I'm going to try and help a few people out, and hopefully this will help. So I've got two trails of thought really. My first trail of thought is if you're going to start going abroad and things like that, then maybe you should get yourself an inflatable, because you can use that for the next 5-10 years as a board that you can take away on holiday with you, and it's not going to get dinged by the people with the baggage handlers and things. Or the other way to go is have a think really long term. If you're going to start winging, do you want to start trying to sup ride as well? And if so, why not get a big board like a sup board that you can then keep as a crossover? That's how I started. I bought this board off James a long time ago, 5 years ago now, and I got out on that, and I already had a kite foil setup which was gone, and I put a bigger front wing on, and that got me going, that got me introduced to it. I progressed onto this one eventually, but you don't want to be starting anything like this. You need a nice big board that's pretty easy to ride and is probably 20 to 30 litres over your body weight. Look at your packages. Think what you're going to do in the future, whether you can going to subsurf or something. Maybe think about getting a sup board, or just get a good board that's quite compact like this. You can get some boards now that are 120 litres, and they're not much bigger than this. They're only 5'3" or something, and that will take you right into being an intermediate, you know. If you're a bit of a sporty beginner, then that's probably the way that I would go. I've seen quite a few of the guys starting out on something that's 20-30 litres of them, but still quite short. Yes, they're a little bit wider, but you know, they've been great boards, and they've come on really fast with those kind of boards, and they're still on them now, you know, a year in. And I would stay on that board until you are at least getting your jibes 70, 80, 90%, until you can turn. If you go to a smaller board, it's going to be extremely frustrating. So that's a quick touch on the boards. I'm going to talk about foils next. So you've got huge foils like this, but this is quite high aspect. That's, I think it's about, oh gosh, 1600 centimeters squared. That would be hard to start on with it being high aspect, so long and skinny. You're much better off getting something that is short and fat like this, which is 2000 squared centimeters. This will help the bigger guys get up, definitely. You might even want to go slightly bigger than 2200 or so. If you're 95 kilos like me, that's what I needed to get up. You can go a little bit smaller, but not by much if you're a bit lighter than that. And if you notice with this foil, it's quite thick as well, and you need that volume in the foil to help you push water, displace water, and get up onto foil at lower wind ranges so that you still feel comfortable. This foil here, I can jibe this, no problem. I can tack this wing, it's not a problem. It doesn't really hold me back, and it's great in the surf as well. So this is a good foil to then put onto my said sup board, and then be learning that as well, which is something I need to do a little bit more of, but that's another story. So these don't become obsolete, you know. You can use these in small tiny swells still, or learning to subfoil like I am at the moment, you know. When I did did move on to the higher aspect stuff, I could already jibe and I was starting to do tacks, and then I moved on to this higher aspect because these are much harder to get up because you've got to bring them up slower and have a lot more pitch control, which you don't have at the beginning. Spending your money, I wouldn't spend that much money on this kit. You can pick up a board like this for not a lot of money nowadays, you know, a few £100 off a pal who's getting rid of one possibly, or the second-hand ones in the shops, or an inflatable you can get at a reasonable price as well, because you will progress off that onto your more long-term board, and the sport moves really fast. And that brings me straight onto wings really. So this wing here, you can just see here, which is my Tycoon. I've had that wing for about 2 or 3 years now, you know, and I've patched it up loads of times. And something you're going to do when you fall and you're constantly going to rip these wings, you are going to put your foil through it, because your foil doesn't care, it's just going to go straight through it. These tips are pretty sharp and they will just go straight through the material. So there's no point spending £1,000 on a wing. The Tycoons are really well priced. There's some Gong wings really well priced, but look in your local shop. I know there's some niche ones kicking around that are really good prices, so just have a shop around and get something that's fairly cheap. Even an old wing off a buddy will do. It doesn't matter if it's stretched out and bagged out at this point, because you know you're just going to destroy that wing, and then you're going to get new wings in a year or so, and then they're going to be much better and last you longer because you know a little bit more of what you were doing. So starting out, go cheap, have a look at your packages, have a look at what size litre board that you need. Remember, 20 or 30 or even 40 more than your own body weight, depending on how sporty you are. A massive front wing that you can then use for other sports such as subsurfing, etc. And a massive board, like I say, for subsurfing or something like that, that you're going to keep it. You don't need to get rid of it, or you can just sell it on for a few £100 to the next person who's starting to learn. So don't waste your money. But like I say, have a look at the packages online, because there's loads of them, so it's well worth having a look there. So any comments, leave them down below. I'll be interested in maybe giving you a bit more advice. If you need any more advice, I'd love to help you on a further video. I'm going to do a video soon. I've just dinged the front of this board, so I'm going to use some solar res. I've never used it before, so I'm going to make a video of that and see how that works, and a bit of information for you guys. But of course, now we're going to jump to the little montage. I like to do a little bit of the northeast Maras. So our group of people, there's about 70 people that regularly go to Seaburn now winging, and I like to try and film them where I can and see their progression, and also look at the nice spot that we're in as well. And there'll be a little bit of myself on there. I'm trying to learn these behind the back passes with the wing at the moment on the Ypres. I can do it on the bigger foils like this one here, you know. I've got the Curve H. This gives me a lot more glide and a lot more time on foil, but the Ypres is a lot smaller, it's a lot thinner foil. 1 minute. So this Ypres is really skinny, you know. It's the same aspect, it's an 8 aspect, but it comes off foil a lot quicker. It needs a lot more speed, so getting used to that. Stall speed is just something I'm getting used to. So anyway, let's jump to the video, have a little look at that, and I'll see you at the end for my final thoughts. Take care, good wins. that's it for this one from me and the Maras. I'm going to go home now and try and fix the nose of this board before it leaks water. Luckily, it's a full PVC sandwich, so I'll get that done. I'll see you guys in the next one. Good wins.